The impact of having people in your life who are truly for you just needs to be talked about more. And I'm gonna start. The energy shift in life when you're surrounded by people who are genuinely there to love you and receive your love back in equal measure is a feeling that I can very well be addicted to. Like, please inject it. It truly feels like the sun shines brighter, the birds start chirping, there's butterflies fluttering all around. Life just really feels like it's worth living at that point. I've just really been thinking about the people that I'm surrounded with at this point in my life, and the people who I spend the most time with, and the people who I speak to the most often when I'm not in my hermit phase. And thinking about how much of an impact their presence in my life and my relationship with them has on me fills me with so much gratitude and love, and sometimes overwhelm, but in a good way. There's this like added level of safety, knowing and trusting that the people around you are really there for you. It's really like having an extra safety net beyond the safety that you provide for yourself. And I know people speak a lot about self-love and financial security and safety within yourself, which is extremely important. I do personally feel like it's probably healthier or a level of that to be there within you before you seek it out in others. But the lightness that comes with knowing that that same level of safety and security exists within people outside of you is really like a breath of fresh air. Like, it really is. It allows me to exist as whatever version of me needs to in that moment, with a sense of freedom and trust, knowing that I won't be judged by those that keep closest to me. It allows me to entertain some of my more crazy or wild ideas that may seem far-fetched or out of the box or a little too much, that if I weren't surrounded by these people, I would be nervous to even vocalize or express. But with them, it's met with blind acceptance for just me having the courage to express it to them in the first place. And if it's a little too crazy, we'll work on it. But it's met with such acceptance and curiosity and genuine interest that encourages me to want to explore those parts of me even more. I think sometimes we underestimate how important and valuable having that type of community is, because I feel like when you're not surrounded by that, or you don't have that type of energy around you, you really will limit yourself out of fear of how you'll be received and perceived. And a lot of times our innermost circle is like our test run before putting ourselves out there towards strangers and speaking your goals or speaking your interests or speaking your desires to someone who really isn't fully for you or really doesn't see for you what you see for yourself. That one negative comment or that one drop of doubt can derail your entire path and can derail your entire perspective on what you were just doing. It can snuff out the excitement for what you just had and what you just thought you wanted to create or what you were just so excited to share with them. It can really destroy your momentum, and I've experienced that so many times, and it's so disheartening when you're so excited to tell someone something, you're so excited to express something you just realized, or a random thought you had, or this really big goal that you've decided to embark on, and not just be met with acceptance and love. And I'm not speaking from a place of needing and only wanting people who agree with you and like yes men, like not that vibe, but like definitely people who just support you, period. Whether they necessarily see the full vision or not, the belief that they have is rooted in you. So they'll support whatever it is you're going towards, even if it doesn't make sense to them, they'll support it because they support you. Being surrounded by that can truly shift the trajectory of your life, and I'm grateful that I am surrounded by people who do this for me, because I truly feel like they're the reason I keep going. They're the reason I keep working towards my goals and dreams. They are the reason that I keep believing and dreaming for myself and for my younger self. And if I didn't have them around me, I truly don't think that I would still be pursuing the things that I am today. I just don't think I would. It makes me think of instances where I may have missed out or not have had my eyes open enough to see an opportunity in front of me. And because I wasn't around people who is truly there for me and truly want to see me shine my absolute brightest, they also couldn't help me see what may have been in front of me. And I'm filled with so much gratitude, because right now I'm in a space where I do feel very focused and driven and aligned, right? But as we know, like life ebbs and flows, and I have blocks of time where I'm not in this space, and my instinct is to hermit and to isolate and to kind of like go into myself and try to figure out how to get out of it on my own. But what I love is that when I do that, I have people in my life who kind of like recognize the signals without me having to say it, and they'll come and help pull me out of that space. They'll come and they'll be the ones to kind of lock in for me without me having to ask, because I don't always necessarily know how to, but they'll come and show up for me and pull me out of there and kind of speak life back into me in a way that re-sparks that light within myself and gets me back into the right mindset and headspace. And I just keep thinking, I don't know how long I would allow myself to stay in that space if I didn't have the external support that I do. I don't doubt that I would be able to bring myself out of that space on my own, because I've done it time and time again, but kind of openly trusting that I am surrounded by people who won't allow me to do it on my own truly fills me with so much love. And I feel like that is really one of my biggest love languages. Like, I guess it's acts of service, huh? But people showing up for you and speaking life into you and considering you without you having to ask or without you having to prompt them to do so. I feel like that is one of the biggest expressions of love. And I feel like that is how I truly feel the most seen and heard, when someone does that for me, which is why I'm someone who's kind of so hyper aware, and it's kind of become like habit for me to do that for others. So when it's done for me, especially when I don't expect it to be done, just because of past experiences, I'm not used to that being done. Now that I have people in my life who make a habit of doing that for me, it's kind of resetting my expectation and like my standard of being loved. And I am so grateful for them for that. And that's family members, that's my close-knit circle of friends. And it just makes me feel like my dreams and the things that I aspire to do and the things that I want out of life just aren't too far-fetched, because I see it for myself, but they see it for me too. And people can say they support you and love what you're doing and blah, 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 but you can really, or at least I, who's someone who's like very sensitive to energies, I can really feel when someone truly does. And I can really feel when someone is truly here for me, to uplift me, to speak life into me, just off the strength of they love me and want that for me and want what I want out of life for me. I'm so honored and grateful that I get to go through this life currently feeling that level of support and love and consideration. And I think me and my friends have talked about this too. We always talk about like wanting that type of experience with a romantic partner, but it's something I definitely want to experience as well, like to that deep level. But my standard is really as high as it is because of the way that I've shown up for myself, but because of the way that I've experienced love from my friends. And also because I'm a little delulu and I love a romance, book, movie, anything. So I live in that space anyways, but they have entertained me and encouraged my thought process and my expectations and standards so much that it doesn't feel far-fetched to me. It just really does not. And I'm having experiences now that show me that my standards and things that I've wanted from kind of that sector of life, like the love romance sector of life, just really isn't far-fetched. So kudos to me and my friends for never wavering on that kind of thing. I've been able to uphold what I want in romance and what I want in career and what I want in other friendships because of the community that I have and because of how much they've loved me. I guess this is like a love letter to my community and to my loved ones and to my close circle, because you guys are the ones who truly saved me. I feel like you all have truly inspired me and encouraged me every single day. And I'm living this life for me, but I'm also living this life to experience it with you. So I'm just grateful for like my people, my tribe. It's taken me a while to find them. And I do still feel that there are more that I'll meet along the way throughout life. And I'm excited to meet them as well. But I just feel so grateful right now. I feel like I've shifted somehow, and it's made me more aware of the importance of these bonds in my life. I feel like I'm shifting from a space of I have to figure it out for me. I'm doing this for me. I'm living so that I can experience these things for me. And I'm really excited to be in a space of I can't wait to do these things with my people. And I love that for me, and I love that for us. So clearly I'm in like a very lovey, open hearted space right now. And I really want to embrace and stay in that for as long as I possibly can, because again, life ebbs and flows and who knows how long I'll be in this space. But while I'm in it, I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm grateful for those who are pouring love into me as I'm in this space and receiving all the love that I have to give with open arms as well. So I love y'all down. And I'm so excited to continue experiencing life and love with all of you. So I think this was episode 6 of the Growth Chronicles. And I thank you all again for holding this space for me and allowing me to just ramble on about my inner musings and whatever may have you that's going on in my head these days. And I am excited to continue to share that with you. And I didn't even talk about it in my last video, but we finally hit 1,000 subscribers, so love that for us. So I have 1,000 friends in here, which is crazy. And we're celebrating all the wins. This may seem like a small win to someone else, but this is a big win for me because I've been doing this. I've been making these videos for like, what, 2.5 years now, and I've only just now hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you for joining this journey. If you're new here and you don't know me, go back and watch the rest of the videos and get to know me. But I'm really excited for where this year is leading us. It's starting off on an emotionally great start. In the physical realm of life, things can use some shifting and moving and shaking, but on an emotional space and a mental space, this year starting off beautifully. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm grateful to have you along with me here on this journey. So I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.